Thrift stores. It used to be the place where budget-conscious, low-income, or just outside-the-box fashionistas or hipsters could go to buy clothes, books, toys, household items, or whatever this is without breaking the bank. Now I'm going to places like H&M and Uniqlo because they're lower prices on new clothes. Thrift stores are really out here getting outpriced on inventory they get for free. On top of it, it feels like the days of finding those hidden gems, like a gently used pair of Air Forces for 20 bucks, are just long gone. What happened? So I went to a bunch of thrift stores around Philadelphia, and I think I know what the issue is. $40? What happened? Pricing at thrift stores makes me angry. And I'm not talking about the exact prices. I'm saying, why are things being individually priced? 99% of the things at a thrift store should just be a blanket price. Like t-shirts, $4. Jeans and pants, $5, $6, $7, whatever it is. And I know it's possible because this local one by me, Circle Thrift, does it. What makes this Nike t-shirt more expensive than this happy birthday t-shirt? What's the argument? That somehow the Nike t-shirt's more wearable or more valuable? I know it's not because the Nike t-shirt's higher quality material or that they paid more for it. Again, donate it. These aren't consignment stores. It's not like those sneaker stores with the shoes and cellophane on the shelf, or a Plato's Closet where I'm going in and selling you my used clothes or dead stock things for you to resell because you need to make profit on that. That makes sense. I'm also not ignorant enough to think that all thrift stores are nonprofits. There are many for-profit ones, and we'll see those. But the big ones like Salvation Army or Goodwill, why are you pricing like this? Where is this money going? Because I know it's clearly not going to any of your hardworking employees. Well, that's just interesting. And we're also not going to sit here and talk about Goodwill and all their ethical issues, because that could be an hour-long video all in itself, and I don't feel like getting any more angry today. I don't know how to tell you this, but thrifting's kind of cool now. Good job, hipsters. We did it.
We did it, Joe.
Just go on social media and you'll find an endless stream of people showing off what they got at the thrift store that day. Or on Reddit, where r/thrift store hauls boasts over 4 million members. Wait, what do you mean there's nothing good left? You were the ones who told us how cool it was. You told us it was good for the environment, sustainability, reduce, reuse, recycle. Jokes aside, that does kind of feel like what it is now, because you go into thrift stores and it will be packed. And it makes it a lot harder to find that diamond in the rough. In fact, it's even impossible to find that lab-grown equivalent of a diamond in the rough. The stories of people finding like $500 purses for 30 bucks feels like a pipe dream now. Why? Also, baby, why does it look like your purse has balls? Like I said, the stigma is gone now. So you're competing with more people like yourself, looking for great finds at good prices. But now you're also competing with two big bosses as well. They're pretty much one and the same, but you know one of them as scalpers or resellers. Yeah, you're no longer just competing with Jelantha Higglestein. Huh. For that pair of pants you've had your eyes on. No, now you're also competing with Jake McAssface, whose job to scalp things so they can make a profit and buy a $100 Gucci shirt from it. Yeah, Macklemore, he wasn't ready for this. It wasn't 99 cents. I really dislike these kind of people because these are the same ones that are going to a Costco and, you know, knocking over little kids and mothers and fathers for Pokemon cards to resell at like triple the price to kids. It's kind of gross to me. These are the same people that saw others posting their TikTok haul innocently being like, oh my gosh, look, I got this pair of jeans for like $13 and it costs $78 in store, and went, I can do that. Now, I'm sure that the dopamine hit they get is the same as ours, where it's like, oh, we found something really cool for an amazing price, and, you know, that gets excited. And they're like, oh, wow, I found this for a great price. I can sell it 4 times the amount. Granted, reselling isn't something new at all. It's just that I don't want to have to compete with Jake McAssface and his eBay or Poshmark account when, like, I know you're selling that t-shirt for $70 and you only bought it for, like, 10. Now, I could go on forever talking about how much I hate scalpers and resellers. That's it, I could just go on forever. But clearly I'm in the wrong. Clearly society does not agree with this because they are making so much money. Every hate comment they get, they're getting 10,000 more views and making money hand over foot.
Plus, people are actively flocking to Whatnot to sell in there as well because it's like entertaining live streaming while selling at the same time. I mean, and it's fine as long as you're ignoring all the scams, the scandals, the controversies on there. But I don't need to talk about that because there's already 1,012,000 people on YouTube making videos on that. And then again, what do I know?
Because I'm just some guy in a bedroom making videos to get like 1,000 views, and they're getting like 100,000 reselling this Donkey Kong plush for $1,000. Now, the other big bad boss that I didn't even know this existed a while ago, like this is something new to me, is the big box thrift stores themselves, because they have websites. Yeah, websites. So you know how you get annoyed, or at least I get annoyed, when, you know, resellers, scalpers, and just other people are like scouring the shelves before I even get a chance to look at anything? That's what the stores are doing. They're doing that, but they're posting it on their own website, where I can, you know, buy a $200 Louis Vuitton that's all beat up, or a $170 NES, which is cheaper on eBay by far. I don't know why this is a good deal. But even worse,
Welcome to Luxury Thrift Stores.
Brought to you by Goodwill Industries.
yes, high quality hand-picked items that, again, I can only reiterate this so many times, that were donated, are going to these boutiques ran by these big box thrift stores, going under different names such as Retique, or here locally, Retrospect. So they're doing the same thing that the resellers are doing, and going through every single item that they see donated on their phone, being like, ooh, how is this selling on eBay? Good, let's sell this in our boutique. Again, this stems back to our first and second reasons. Yes, Goodwill saw all their customers finding great items, and also the resellers flipping these great items, and went, oh, they want some high quality curated things? We'll give them that. We'll cut the middleman out for a cost. You see the ethical issue here? Because going into these boutiques, you sure as heck don't know it's ran by Goodwill. I mean, on their website, they say it is when you go on like the info page, but like you in the store, it looks like a for-profit thrift store. Like you see the prices and you're like, oh, they're trying to make a profit. It makes sense. It's definitely does not give off, you know, non-profit vibes. I mean, it does. Maybe not all nonprofits are exactly great, but like honesty, integrity, and respect. Where? I know this is such a cop-out answer, but it is true. Thrift stores are an excellent indicator of economic climate, and we're not doing so great right now, guys. Let me break it down.
In tough times, the consumer mindset goes into a more frugal state of mind. They donate less and try to keep clothes longer.
They're probably trying to sell clothes for extra money when possible, too. What does that mean for resellers, Richard?
It's resellers. This is the one time I'm going to give you a pass, because I know not all resellers are just, you know, scummy people trying to scour things in the morning and do this as their full-time job. A lot of resellers are just doing this to make ends meet. Like, they have another job that they're doing, and they're like, it's not making enough money because the economy sucks. And they're like, I need to make more money for my family, for myself, to eat, whatever it is. And reselling just happens to be maybe something easier that they can do that they're good at. And I do have to respect that. I can't hate on everyone for doing that. But you're going to have an uptick of the average consumer going to thrift stores, and less people donating clothes, so, you know, less amazing things you're going to find on the shelves and more competition for them. And on the flip side, are you really going to get angry at Mama Tiffany, you know, mother of two, who just wanted to go to the thrift store and get a gently used sweater for herself, and just because you were also eyeing it, like, is it really that big of a deal?
Also, not to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy, so get that thumbs down ready for this. Men already have slim selections at thrift stores because, well, we're men, we don't have really good taste in clothing, and we don't like to donate our clothes. In fact, we wear them until they run out. We already have such a slim selection when it comes to thrift stores, and with these 4 points, the selections are even slimmer. Like, look at this thrift store right now. Look at this one right now, and like that over there, that section right there, that's the men's clothes. That's it. Just that one little rack to the side and one back there. That's it. That's all we have. So with these 4 points, like our selections are just getting thinner and thinner and thinner. Now, I know to a lot of people it just kind of is what it is, and that kind of stinks, but it's so much more than that, because thrift stores, it represents something more than just inexpensive clothing. It's about affordable access for those that wouldn't normally be able to have them. And they create a circular economy, meaning we're able to extend the lifespan of certain goods. Like this shirt, for example. Someone could donate this, goes to a thrift store, and someone else buys it, instead of Kohl's or some other brand just making 5 or 6 different versions of this and creating more waste and more environmental issues. And most importantly to me, I know it sounds really hipstery, but it's like a middle finger to fast fashion. So many consumers just fall for the whole fast fashion thing, and they're wearing the same thing as everyone else, going to Shein, going to H&M, and wherever it is, because it's cheap, it's cool, whatever. It's like the flavor of the week.
For every 100% wool sweater you're finding at a thrift store, there's 100 plastic acrylic sweatshirts being sold by Abercrombie & Fitch. Like, Michelle, did you really need to spend $300, $400 on new outfits for your vacation that you're gonna throw away as soon as you get back home, or could you have bought any of that secondhand? Come on.
Thrift stores not being what they used to be, it sucks, but it's not all bad, I guess. It does mean that the consumers are being smarter. And I wish I could say, oh, we just need to donate more, we need to give more, but that's not how it works. The reality of the situation is that 85% of the things we donate don't actually make it to store shelves. Only 15% do. The rest of it goes in landfills or just is burned, which is destroying our ozone layer and polluting our oceans and just filling our bodies with microplastics, and the earth is dying, and we're also just gonna go down with it. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, thrift stores. Thrift stores. Also, it doesn't mean that it's impossible to find cool things at the thrift store. It really just comes down to what you want to find and what you're looking for. I mean, this sweatshirt came from a thrift store along with this one.
To be honest, the Goodwill website does have some pretty cool stuff on it. I got a whole set of Pokemon plushes. Most of them have their tags and were new. Like this Shinx included for 30 bucks. And this Shinx right now, it's not even made by the Pokemon company anymore. Like, you have to buy it on some other website and you will not find it new for like under $100.
Plus, with the constant popularity, there are more and more thrift stores popping up every single day, even if a lot of them are for profits. But at least it's still helping with sustainability. And again, as much as I do want to hate on resellers, and I love hating on resellers, they do allow us to thrift from our beds and couches, which it's kind of convenient. I guess you have to look at it this way. Instead of just going through the shelves and racks constantly, you're just scrolling through the internet looking for those deals and still making the same kind of offers. Although the argument that they're doing the legwork, which is why they can charge that much more, that's just such a bad excuse.
No.